Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is on this look that I have right here. Today I wanted to play with a little bit of color and some white eyeliner. This was my first time doing anything with white liner. It was a little bit tough, especially because these lashes were just giving me a hard time. You guys will just go ahead and see that in the video. But yeah, I really loved the way that this look came out. I love the pop of the yellow in the inner corner, and I did put a little bit of highlight there just to give it a little bit of a pop. And like I said, the white liner and a nude lip. But overall, I really loved this look. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, please keep watching. You want to make an appearance? Come here. Look, everybody. Say hi. Hi. See, I'm being so annoying because I want more paleta de fresa. I just had una paleta de fresa and I was giving her and Mia some. And she's just here asking for more. Oh, I don't know if I've introduced her to you guys, but this is my little puppy Miley. She is, she's 4 months. She is 4 months old. I got her when she was 2 months old. So I've had her for 2 months already, and she is just the cutest. But she is the biggest troublemaker. But yeah, she's right here trying to get some. Mia, you want to come and say hi? Come. Mia wants to come say hi too. Come here. And then there's my baby girl, Mia. She's very greñuda right now because I'm trying to grow out her hair a little bit so I could do a chongo. Hi, mama. But she's my good girl. Ella sí me hace caso. Okay. Ooh, she's big though. Oh, good job. Alright. A ver si me dejan en paz. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and start my makeup, but I did want to let you guys know that I did read you guys' votes on my Instagram post where I asked you guys if you guys wanted to continue seeing me do like my full face of makeup and my eyeshadow, or if you guys just wanted me to skip through the whole thing and just kind of already have my makeup done and just show you guys like the eyeshadow looks. But you guys, most of all of you guys said you guys wanted to see like the whole entire look, which I am glad because I'd like to show you guys, even though it does get kind of like repetitive a little bit. But I personally really like watching videos when the beauty influencer is actually doing like her whole face of makeup. Like I just like watching that, and the longer the videos the better for me. For some reason I have no idea, but anyways, okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm kind of having a little bit like of a crazy hair day today. It's not wanting to cooperate. But anyways, okay, so the first product that I'm going to be using is this skin mist from Tarte, and it's the Ready Set Radiant one. I really like this skin mist because it makes my skin kind of feel a little bit tacky, but not like in a gross way or anything, but it just kind of helps my foundation really stick to my face. Of course, that's what primer's for, which I do use my primer. But this primer, I feel like I use it more to fill in my pores. And this one, I feel like I use it as like a base before my foundation in order for my foundation to kind of stick better to my face, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I'm going to be using this. All right. I'm going to dry it off just a little bit. Alright, so now that it's dry, I am going to go in with, of course, my Cover FX Blurring Primer. And I'm going to just do a little bit around the nose area because, like I said, that's where I feel that I have like my biggest pores. And I honestly just take a tiny little bit. Alright, so the next product is going to be my foundation, and I am using the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Glow in the shade 205 Natural Beige, which I absolutely love this foundation. And I did test it out last video that it is buildable for more of a full coverage, because this one does say that it is a medium coverage foundation. So I am going to be first applying this with my Morphe M439 brush, and it just looks like this. Super nice and dense. I'm just going to apply that and kind of just paint it all over my face. and then use the beauty sponge to pat it all around. I remember using this brush and I was like obsessed with it. I don't know why I stopped. I'm just gonna kind of continue using this brush and see how it goes. I remember loving how it buffed out. All right, so okay, so like I said, I remember loving this brush. I still love it for like the application, but I feel like you still need that beauty sponge to blend out the foundation better, because I feel like the makeup just kind of sits on your face when you do it with a brush now for some reason, and I do not like that. So I'm going in with my beauty sponge and just tapping all that foundation into my skin. Instead of just kind of like brushing it on your skin, this one you're pushing it in, which you shouldn't be worried about, because that's why you use a primer, so that the foundation won't get into your pores. Okay, so now we are moving on to concealer, and I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild concealer in Ivory. This concealer is too light for me, especially right now, but I always try to make it work. Alright, so with that pointy side, I am just going to buff that out. I'm surprised my dogs are calmed down a little bit. I don't even know where they're at. Oh, Mia's right here. Miley's being a troublemaker. I can guarantee that. I'm gonna have to go check up on her here in a little bit, because she really does get into everything. I keep forgetting to put on my wedding rings and my promise ring that Jonathan gave me when I film, because I usually take them off like when I'm doing house chores and stuff like that, and then I just forget to put them on, which I need to start to remember, because I feel like they make my hands look a little bit more girly, you know? Alright, so I'm going to be setting my concealer with this Airspun face powder. And I'm going to be using my Luxie 660 brush, and it's a precision foundation brush. I am going to be using my Aesthetica P12 brush just to kind of wipe everything away, because I'm not really wanting to bake right now. I was just trying to set the powder, or the concealer. Alright. Oops, forgot my forehead. Alright, so for highlighter, I am going to be using my Morphe highlighter drops that came in the bronze collection. I can't remember what that collection is really called, but it did come with that collection, and I am going to be using that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place it on the top of my cheekbones, and then with the beauty blender, or not the beauty blender, but the beauty sponge, just kind of tap that, because this is a liquid highlight. And I am going to go over the top of it with a powdered highlight, but I want a little bit more of a glow. Got it in my greñas. Okay. So just with my beauty sponge, I'm going to kind of go over that. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to blush, and for blush I am going to be using the one that's in here in the face palette from Becca x Jaclyn Hill, and this one comes with her Champagne Pop highlight and her Prosecco Pop highlight, and then she has 3 like blushes, and I believe this is like a bronzer. But the one that I'm going to be using is called Pamplemousse, I believe, and this one is called Rose Spritz and Amaretto. But I'm going to be using this one right here. So I'm gonna grab my Wet n Wild brush and just kind of pat that in there. I can already tell this is very pigmented, so I'm going to be very careful with it. Whoa, super, super pigmented. So I'm going to be grabbing, where did it go? Over here. I'm going to be grabbing my Esterica brush and just buffing that out a little bit. So now that I got that done, I am going to go over the highlight with the Champagne Pop highlight right here. And I am just using a BH Cosmetic fan brush. I'm actually doing a mixture of both highlights. So it is the Champagne Pop and the Prosecco Pop. So I'm just going to use the Morphe Megastar bronzer. I have been obsessed with this bronzer. Really, really like it. Now that the face makeup is basically done, I am going to move on to my eyebrows, which my eyebrows I will be doing really quick off camera. If you guys do want to see like a full eyebrow tutorial, just let me know down below and I will go ahead and do that for you guys. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do that really quick and I will be right back. Alright guys, so now that my brows are on, I am going to be moving on to my eyes, and I'm going to be using the Morphe E22 brush. This is my favorite brush. And I'm going to be using the Zulu by Juvia's, yeah. I'm going to be using their palette, and I'm going to use this brown color right here for the crease, but I do want to use this yellow one for a pop of color. So we'll just have to see how that goes. I'm also going to be trying and attempting to do a white liner today, only because I know white liners are a little tough to work with because they do streak a lot, so we'll just have to see how that goes. Alright, so I'm just going to dip my brush in to that color, and very, very lightly, because I don't want to too much of a dark crease, just kind of a little bit of a definition. And then you just go back and forth from each eye to make sure that you get them as even as possible. Next, I am going to do that pop of yellow. And for that, I am trying to decide what brush to use. I'm going to be using this brush right here, which is the crease brush from Sephora. I'm just going to grab some of that yellow color and try to put that in the inner corner of my eye. And that brush is not going to work, I can already tell. Alright, I'm going to use this brush right here, which is the Eye Shading E55 brush by Sigma. To be honest, I don't even know if this brush still exists because it came with a palette years and years and years ago, but I still have it, so I'm going to use it. I'm just trying to pack on that yellow color at the end of the brush and really focusing it in the inner corner. This is actually not like obviously a bright yellow color. If you guys can tell, it's more like of a mustard color. So we'll just see how this looks like. I am moving on to the white liner. So we'll just see how this look turns out. I really do not like these like flimsy, I don't know if they're felt tip or whatever they're called, but I don't like that just because I feel like it's a lot easier to kind of just get it all over the place, but we're just gonna have to try it out. So I have to get really close because that's just how I am when it comes to eyeliner. Okay, so I just did the tail. Okay, I'm gonna dip it in again. Trying really hard not to blink, to not get it on the top of my lid. So there's number one. Now to try to even it out on the other eye. That is always the struggle. Gosh, I'm blocking you guys. Alright, so now I'm just going to be kind of filling in the little empty areas. Okay, so now I'm going to be applying some mascara, and I'm going to be using the Maybelline, the Colossal Big Shot, to apply to the top lashes. I just need to find, here we go, my mirror. It's a little bit closer to me. So I am going to apply mascara on the top. Alright, so we're going to let that dry. Those top lashes dry, and just move on to the lips. And for the lips, I'm going to be using the eyeliner from I Love Sarai X ColourPop collection in the shade 951. And it's just a nude shade. And I'm also using the liquid lipstick, and it's Ultra Satin Lip from the same collection, and it's the same shade 951. So I'm going to let that dry just a little bit, and then I'm going to be doing my bottom lashes. And while those dry, I'm going to be applying some lip gloss, and it is from the same collection of I Love Sarai X ColourPop, and it's in the shade Curvy. So I just focused that on the center of my lips. Now for the last thing is applying our lashes. Okay, so we're going to let that dry, and the glue does dry off dark, so I am going to have to go over it with the liquid liner right now, but for now we're just going to let it dry and apply this other one. Okay, so I'm thickening my liner now because these lashes are way too much for the liner, and it just basically covered it all, so I'm kind of going over it and just making it a little bit thicker. It's kind of hard. So that was a little bit of a struggle trying to make the eyeliner thicker because the eyelashes just kind of covered it all up for me. So I had to go in and try to make it thicker, which was pretty hard, but I got it. Now I'm just gonna kind of go over with the colors just to be sure everything is nice and blended. Alright guys, so here's the final look with the lashes on and the lip and everything else. I really, really love this look. I probably would have gone with different lashes just because these are a little bit too much for me. These were brand new. This is my first time putting them on. And I had a really hard time actually putting these on. And I feel like they're just way too much for this look. It totally took away from the eyeliner. And so I had to go back and redo my eyeliner, do a little bit thicker. But the white liner just ended up getting all over the lashes. But either way, I absolutely love this look. It's such a nice pop of color, which I love. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so that you guys won't miss out on any of my new uploads. Leave a comment down below just letting me know what you guys thought about this video. And of course, I am open to any recommendations that you guys might have. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye! Don't taste it. Ew. It does not taste good. Coffee is life. What's your sister? Miley. Still leaves your skin nice and glowy, which I love. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Mia, Miley, no. Hey, sálganse si quieren andar peleando. We'll see if that works. I swear, I'm always dealing with my dogs.